Dear friends, welcome to my Library of Wonders. Today, I, your faithful storyteller Alexian, invite you to embark on a journey to an extraordinary place where the most amazing magical items and artifacts are born. This place is hidden from the eyes of ordinary people, and you can only get there with the help of magic. Ready? Then hold on tight, as my magical compass is already pointing the way. We are transported to the heart of an ancient forest, where among the tall trees and whispering leaves stands a majestic building made of shimmering stone. This is the workshop of magic, a place where master wizards create artifacts that help magicians all over the world. We are greeted by the master curator, named Eldarius, a tall wizard with silvery hair and eyes that sparkle like stars. "Welcome to the workshop of magic," he says, bowing slightly. "Today, I will give you a tour of our halls. Here, you will see how magical items are created and even witness them in action. Follow me." We enter the first room, bathed in soft golden light. Here, items related to illusions, light, and visions are created. On long tables lie crystals, mirrors, and the finest threads of light, which the masters weave into their creations. Eldarius picks up a small item, the Mirror of Truth, which shows a person their true essence. "Look," he says, directing the mirror at one of us. In the reflection, we see not only our appearance, but also an inner light that pulses in rhythm with our heartbeat. We watch the process of creating another item, the Crystal of Illusions. A master wizard carefully places the finest threads of light, drawn from a magical source, into a transparent crystal. Then he utters a spell, and the crystal begins to shimmer with all the colors of the rainbow. Now it can create any environment around its owner, Eldarius explains. Eldarius activates the crystal, and the room instantly transforms into a blooming garden with babbling streams and singing birds. The next hall is filled with heat and the sounds of hammers. This is the Forge of Elements, where artifacts related to fire, water, earth, and air are created. Here, master blacksmiths use magical hammers and anvils to shape the elements of nature. Eldarius shows us the blade of the flaming heart, a sword that ignites with fire when its owner experiences strong emotions. We watch as a master blacksmith plunges the glowing blade into a magical liquid which bursts into bright flames and then extinguishes, leaving fiery patterns on the blade. Next, we observe the creation of the Flask of Endless Water. A master fills it with a drop of water from a magical source and then seals it with a lid engraved with runes. These runes connect the vessel to the source, allowing it to refill again and again, Eldarius explains. Eldarius opens one of the flasks, and from the small vessel, pure water begins to pour, filling a large pool. This flask can quench the thirst of an entire city, Eldarius tells us. We enter a spacious hall where shelves and tables are filled with various items: boots, hats, cloaks, gloves, and even umbrellas. This is the workshop of practical magic, where artifacts are created to make the everyday lives of wizards easier. Eldarius shows us the swift boots, which allow their owner to cover great distances in mere minutes. We watch as a master works on their creation. First, he takes a pair of ordinary boots, then adds tiny magical crystals to the soles, which are mined from the depths of caves where the river of time flows. These crystals store the energy of movement. Then the master utters a spell to activate the crystals, and the boots begin to vibrate slightly, as if ready to take off. Then Eldarius demonstrates the cloak of levitation, which allows its wearer to hover above the ground. The master treats the fabric with a special potion that makes it weightless, and then adds several feathers from the wings of magical birds. "Try it," Eldarius offers, and one of us puts on the cloak, instantly rising a few centimeters above the floor. The next hall resembles an alchemist's laboratory. Here, protective amulets, magical books, and items that enhance spells are created. Eldarius shows us the Shield of Impenetrability, which activates as soon as its owner is in danger. We watch as a master carves a small disc from magical metal and then inscribes protective runes on it. When the shield is ready, it begins to glow with a soft blue light. Then Eldarius demonstrates its function by throwing a small fireball at the shield. The shield instantly surrounds itself with a glowing barrier that deflects the attack. Next, we observe the creation of the Whispering Spellbook. A master writes magical formulas on its pages using a quill dipped in ink that glows in the dark. This book will whisper the right spell to a magician in a difficult situation, Eldarius says. Eldarius opens it, and we hear the pages softly whispering, as if consulting with each other. Our final stop is the Garden of Life and Nature, where artifacts related to plants, animals, and healing are created. Here, everything is lush with greenery, and the air is filled with the scent of flowers. Eldarius shows us the amulet of the Forest Spirit, which allows its owner to understand the language of animals. We watch as a master weaves thin twigs and leaves into the amulet, then adds a drop of magical nectar. And so you can feel the magic of this amulet. We've prepared samples for you, Eldarius says, handing each of us a small amulet. As soon as we put them on, the world around us comes alive. We hear birds in the trees discussing where to find the ripest berries, and squirrels arguing about who can reach the nearest nut faster. Even the wind seems to whisper its ancient secrets to us. It's an incredible feeling to be part of nature and understand its language. Then Eldarius demonstrates the potion of eternal spring, which can revive a withered plant. The master mixes ingredients in a large cauldron, adding petals of rare flowers and drops of dew collected at dawn. When the potion is ready, it begins to glow with a soft green light. Then the master shows us how the potion works. He drips a few drops onto a dry branch, and before our eyes it becomes covered with green leaves and blossoms. As the tour comes to an end, Eldarius thanks us for visiting. As a token of our gratitude for your interest in magic, we'd like to give you a small gift, he says, handing each of us a small pendant of the Spark of Wonders. This pendant holds a piece of the magic of our workshop. It will remind you that wonders are always near, as long as you believe in them. But now, friends, it's time to return, I add, taking out my magical compass. I turn its needle, and a portal opens before us, leading back to the Library of Wonders. We return to the Library of Wonders, filled with inspiration and admiration. Tell me, friends, which artifact did you like the most? Perhaps one day you will become masters yourselves and create your own magical items. But before we say goodbye, I have an announcement. Very soon, the Library of Wonders will open its own magical workshop, where you can order a tale or magical adventure created especially for you. Stay tuned and don't miss the opening. Until we meet again in our Library of Wonders, and may magic always be with you.